In June, my colleagues and I, as well as a bunch of partners, hosted a workshop for journalists in Thermopolis, Wyoming. We brought over a dozen journalists together who write for newspapers and magazines, make podcasts, and work as videographers and multimedia specialists. We all took a deep dive into the biggest threat facing sagebrush country, invasive annual grasses and rangeland fire. We started out in the local fire hall to get a west-wide view of this conservation challenge. We heard from some great folks at the University of Wyoming and the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service about why perennial native grasses are worth their weight in gold and what sort of tools managers have in their toolbox, such as herbicide applications, to treat super large landscapes that have invasive annual grasses. The next day, we headed into the field to traverse the 2025 Red Canyon fire scar. This blaze was lightning-caused and burned over 124,000 acres with some pretty extreme fire behavior that sent fire running in all sorts of directions over 4 chaotic days last summer. The Bureau of Land Management and the Farm Service Agency talked about how, before a fire is even out, their staff is already getting the wheels in motion for recovery. In sagebrush landscapes, recovery is slow, expensive, and requires long-term commitments. We then got to meet the Wilson family. 3 generations of Wilsons run the livestock on this ranch, and each shared about their experience with the Red Canyon fire, its aftermath, and how they're working hard to heal both public and private lands after the fire took out so much of their operations grass. Jim Wilson said he's not in the business of raising cows, but in the business of raising grass that his cows happen to eat. A good portion of his private acres are under conservation easement, so he proudly says that if we come back 30 years from now, this ranch will still be a beautiful, wide-open space that benefits everyone. Wyoming Department of Agriculture and the local Weed and Pest District staff walked workshop participants through what it takes to seed and spray an area like the Red Canyon fire. A neat innovation that they are testing out is by spraying herbicide with a giant drone. These devices are programmed to spray super precisely and can work across rough, tight terrain that would otherwise be dangerous for someone in a helicopter or a plane to fly. After a long drive through the heart of the fire scar, the group stopped at the south end where the fire was halted. At this higher elevation spot that gets a lot of precip, the range was already growing back strongly. Wyoming Game and Fish talked about how invasive annual grasses and fires like this one can impact wildlife and how we all need to be part of the action to get ahead of this daunting land health issue before it's too late. It was an incredible week with fantastic people and a remarkable corner of the West. Thanks so much for riding along with me on this workshop recap.